The storm-tossed dreamscape erupted into chaos as the protagonist stepped through the shimmering portal. Lightning crackled across a sky torn asunder, illuminating fractured islands of memory floating in the void. Shards of glass, each containing frozen moments of the past, orbited slowly in the tempest. The air itself seemed to vibrate with an otherworldly energy, setting every nerve on edge. Suddenly, the very fabric of reality warped and twisted. From the depths of the maelstrom, a massive shadow coalesced, an entity born of fear, grief, and denial. Its form was a nightmarish amalgamation, shifting between vaguely humanoid and monstrous shapes. Countless eyes blinked open within the darkness, and clawed hands stretched outward, grasping at nothing and everything. The shadow spoke, but not with words. Instead, distorted echoes of the protagonist's own voice reverberated through the dreamscape. Each utterance manifested as vivid illusions. Failures, long buried, betrayals that still stung, moments of weakness the protagonist longed to erase. The echoes surrounded them, a cacophony of regret made flesh. "You were never good enough," one echo taunted, conjuring the image of a disappointed mentor. "They'll never truly trust you," another whispered, as phantoms of allies turned their backs. The protagonist's heart raced, breath coming in ragged gasps, as they found themselves trapped in a prison of their own making. This was more than a battle against some external foe. It was a confrontation with the darkest corners of their own psyche. As the shadow pressed closer, instinct took over. The protagonist's hands moved of their own accord, weaving threads of brilliant light from the very air. It was an ability they'd never known they possessed, born of desperation and the strange logic of dreams. The glowing strands coalesced into a shimmering barrier, holding the darkness at bay for a precious moment. But the reprieve was short-lived. The shadow entity lashed out, its form rippling with malevolent purpose. Tendrils of pure night slammed against the light shield, shattering it like spun glass. The protagonist stumbled backward, narrowly avoiding being engulfed. Their mind raced, searching for a solution. In this realm of dreams, perhaps thought could become reality. Focusing intently, they reached out to the broken landscape around them. Fragments of stone and memory rose at their command, fusing into crude weapons and armor. It wasn't much, but it was a start. The battle raged across the fractured dreamscape. Every clash between light and shadow sent shockwaves rippling through the void. The protagonist darted between floating islands, hurling bolts of dream energy that seared through the darkness. But for every blow they landed, the shadow seemed to grow stronger, feeding on their doubt and fear. A massive tendril of darkness swept low, catching the protagonist off guard. They tumbled through the air, disoriented, as the shadow loomed ever closer. Despair threatened to overwhelm them. How could they hope to defeat something born from their own subconscious? Just as all seemed lost, a faint memory stirred. The voice of a child, barely more than a whisper. "You're dreaming, too." Those simple words sparked a revelation. This was their dream, their mind. They held more power here than they realized. With renewed determination, the protagonist pushed back against the encroaching darkness. They poured every ounce of will into their dream weaving, channeling hope, courage, and the fierce desire to uncover the truth. Light exploded outward in a dazzling nova, momentarily driving the shadow back. The dreamscape stabilized, though the air still crackled with tension. The shadow entity retreated to the edges of the void, its form roiling with barely contained fury. As it faded from view, a final message echoed through the protagonist's mind. This is only the beginning. Exhausted but resolute, the protagonist stood amidst the shattered remnants of the battlefield. Their breath came in ragged gasps, and their limbs trembled from exertion. but there was a new fire in their eyes, a dawning realization that their journey through this dream world was far more than they had initially believed. This wasn't just about wandering through the subconscious landscape. It was a quest to confront the darkest parts of themselves, to unravel the mysteries hidden within the very fabric of dreams. The shadow entity was a manifestation of their own fears and doubts, but also something more, a key to unlocking deeper truths. As the adrenaline of battle faded, questions flooded the protagonist's mind. What was the true nature of this dream world? How were they able to manipulate it? And most pressingly, what other challenges lay ahead? The shadow's parting words hung heavy in the air, a promise of greater trials to come. The protagonist's gaze swept across the fractured dreamscape, taking in the floating islands and the swirling void beyond. There was no turning back now. Whatever lay ahead, they would face it head-on, armed with newfound abilities and the determination to uncover the truth. With a deep breath, they stepped forward into the unknown. The real journey, it seemed, had only just begun. The void stretched endlessly before them, filled with both danger and possibility. As they set out once more, the protagonist couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. Not just by the retreating shadow, but by unseen forces woven into the very fabric of this dream realm. The battle may have been won, but the war for control of their own mind, and perhaps something even greater, was far from over. With each step, the protagonist felt the weight of destiny settling upon their shoulders. Whatever secrets lay hidden in the depths of the dream world, they were determined to bring them into the light. As they ventured onward, the landscape began to shift once more. Islands of memory reformed, creating new paths and obstacles. In the distance, a faint glow beckoned. Another doorway, perhaps, or a trap laid by the shadow entity. The only way to know for certain was to press forward. The protagonist paused for a moment, gathering their strength and resolve. They flexed their hands, feeling the residual energy of dreamweaving coursing through their veins. It was a power they were only beginning to understand, but one that could prove crucial in the battles to come. With a final glance back at the site of their first true confrontation, the protagonist set their jaw and strode purposefully into the ever-changing dreamscape. Whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them head-on. The truth hidden within this world of dreams was out there, waiting to be uncovered, and they would stop at nothing to find it.